Big news out of Barcelona. The Blaugrana are going all in to strengthen their attack this summer, and things are heating up fast. With Nico Williams officially off the table, Luis Diaz moves stuck in limbo, and Marcus Rashford pushing hard for a Camp Nou switch, Barca are now eyeing new wildcard options, including Bayern Munich's Brian Zaragoza. Meanwhile, Hansi Flick kicks off preseason with 10 new faces, and recovery updates on key La Masia talents are in. Don't miss a second. We've got every twist, every name, and every backroom decision covered in this video. Barcelona are looking to strengthen their forward line this summer, and it is no secret that the position is their top priority. After missing out on Nico Williams, and with Luis Diaz looking a near impossible deal, the Blaugrana are looking into alternatives. Leading the list of backup options for Barcelona is Marcus Rashford, who appears to be on his way out of Manchester United this summer. The England forward is keen on making the switch to Camp Nou, but Barca's sporting director Deco isn't fully sold on the move just yet. Meanwhile, other names like Antonio Nusa and Rafael Leao have also emerged as possible alternatives for the left-wing position. Barcelona interested in Brian Zaragoza. However, another surprise option has emerged as a potential candidate to add depth to the Blaugrana frontline. As per El Chiringuito, Barcelona have been in contact with the agents of Bayern Munich forward Brian Zaragoza. They are keen on Zaragoza as a potential alternative on the left. Negotiations for a return to La Liga. Zaragoza had been in negotiations for a return to La Liga as it was. Celta Vigo had shown interest in the former Granada man, who is not part of the plans at Bayern Munich. However, negotiations had been progressing at a slow pace, and there have been no recent updates on a proposed loan move to Balados. He had agreed terms with Celta though. Ups and downs for Brian Zaragoza. The Blaugrana have shown previous interest in Zaragoza, so the idea of a move to Barcelona is not entirely out of the blue. Before his €17 million move to Bayern, Barcelona scouted the Spain international, and last summer, there was talk that he could be an option on loan for the Catalan side. Zaragoza, 23, returned to La Liga on loan last season with Osasuna, and showed flashes of brilliance, particularly against Barcelona, but after an injury in December struggled for consistency, eventually finishing with a goal and 6 assists in 28 appearances. After having already signed a new goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, FC Barcelona are now working to reinforce their attack by bringing in another left winger. In this regard, they have already faced a significant setback as their primary target for this purpose. Nico Williams decided to renew his contract with Athletic Club after having been linked very closely with the Blaugrana club. Right now, Barcelona are mainly eyeing 2 big names to strengthen their left wing. Luis Diaz from Liverpool and Marcus Rashford from Manchester United. Among the two, Diaz is clearly the top choice for the Catalan club. However, landing the Colombian winger won't be easy. Bayern Munich are also in the race, and they've been actively pushing to sign him as well. To complicate matters further, talks between Liverpool and Bayern have recently hit a wall, giving Barca a glimmer of hope in the race for Diaz's signature. However, some recent developments can play into the Blaugrana's hands in this operation. As Sport has reported, Bayern, who had already made an offer for the winger, are seeing their negotiations with Liverpool stagnate, and there is a possibility that the Bavarians can withdraw from this operation. Meanwhile, the Bundesliga side has also started looking at an alternative and has reportedly already undertaken contacts to sign the Arsenal forward Leandro Trossard, whom they can sign for a significantly lower price. Diaz himself had already agreed to join the German side, especially as his wages would have tripled there. However, Liverpool have been quite inflexible in their negotiations with Bayern, and are going to accept offers of only more than €80 million. They have already rejected Bayern's offer, reaching €60 million and another €20 million in variables. Barcelona's chances of signing Luis Diaz can increase. Given the current situation, Barcelona's chances of landing Luis Diaz could improve significantly. If Bayern Munich pull out of the race and turn their attention to Arsenal's Leandro Trossard, who's valued at just €22 million, Barca might find themselves in a one-horse race. That scenario could be a game-changer, especially if Diaz himself starts pushing Liverpool to let him go. For now, though, Barcelona are in no rush. With plenty of time left in the summer window, the club believes this deal is realistic and achievable, and they remain optimistic about getting it done. FC Barcelona coach Flick has 10 new players for pre-season. FC Barcelona head coach Hansi Flick will have 10 new players from the reserve outfit known as Barca Athletic to take a look at in pre-season. The defending treble champions of Spain returned to work on July 13th, which was coincidentally Lamine Yamal's 18th birthday. At the turn of the week, The real work starts ahead of Barca's preseason tour of Asia, which will be followed by the Joan Gamper Trophy match on August 10th and the 2025/2026 La Liga campaign kicking off on August 16th with an away trip to Mallorca. As we've seen in past preseasons, a number of players in Barca's reserve outfit, and in particular those that have progressed to it from La Masia, will have their chance to impress Flick and prove that they are not only worthy of a seat on the plane to Asia but also perhaps staying in the senior team. We saw this last summer with Marcs Casado and Bernal, who even started 2024/2025 in a double pivot for Flick thanks to an injury Frenkie de Jong had been nursing since April. Bernal's own ACL knock meant that he was sidelined for the rest of the term, while de Jong also eventually won his place back from Casado to partner Pedri. Still, the Marcs are expected to be important moving forward and are perhaps the midfield future of the club. Back to the group of 10, the players in question are namely Landry Ferré, Tony Fernandes, Guillermo Fernandes, Jan Virgili, Juan Hernandez, Ibrahim Diarra, Joffer Torrents, Pedro Fernandes, Dani Rodriguez and Rooney Bargi. Barcelona have designed individual recovery programs for 3 of their young talents, Marc Bernal, Gerard Martin and Dani Rodriguez, as reported by Mundo Deportivo. While the rest of the squad gets ready for the intense preseason schedule, these 3 will focus on completing their rehab over the next few weeks, following tailored plans set by the club's medical staff. It must be noted that the team completed their medical and physical tests on Sunday and will begin pitch training on Monday. Hansi Flick's side is preparing for an intense summer, which includes 4 friendlies, 3 matches on the Asian Tour, and the traditional Joan Gamper Trophy before the La Liga opener against Mallorca on August 16th. Marc Bernal is in the final stretch of his recovery from a serious knee injury he picked up last year. The young midfielder has shown great dedication by cutting his holiday short to return to training early, eager to be back in action. If his progress continues smoothly, he could soon rejoin full team sessions and even travel with the squad for the upcoming tour in Asia. Meanwhile, Gerard Martin is also closing in on a return. The defender dislocated his right hand during the U21 European Championship just a month ago. His recovery was tricky, as the stitches and risk of infection forced him to pause all training activities, even during the off-season. Now that the stitches are out, Martin is ready to begin light work on the sidelines and will gradually ramp up his involvement with the team. Now that he has removed the stitches, Martin will start working on the sidelines and progressively move towards full training with the team. As for Rodriguez, he is still a bit further away from a return. The promising youth player dislocated his right shoulder during his debut match against Valladolid. Doctors gave him a 3-month recovery timeline, and he is now close to completing 2 months. Dani will continue working on the sidelines, following a special plan designed by the club's medical staff. Marcus Rashford, Luis Diaz, Brian Zaragoza, and even Antonio Nusa, Barcelona's summer wishlist is long and evolving by the day. With Flick's preseason project now in motion and young stars fighting for their spot, this is shaping up to be a defining summer for the club's future. Let us know in the comments, who should Barca sign for that left-wing spot? Would you take a gamble on Rashford or trust the youth? And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss another Barca update.